I mean, it doesn't help when Jordan Pickford doesn't actually move his feet and dive for a shot. He dives standing still. I don't get it.
Arms are small enough as they are. He needs to do everything he can to help himself get to things. So move. Doesn't make sense.
You know what, right? I've had enough with Jordan Pickford now. Like, there's only so many times I can bite my lip and say, oh, well, you know, England #1, and he didn't get there just by these performances. He's obviously got some class. There's no way that you get to be England's #1 by being shit, but he is on a level with, like, Kepa now. Do you know what I mean? Like, top class goalkeepers that have had one good season or half a good season somewhere. Like, he was in a Sunderland team that got relegated. What does that say?
Wasn't Jordan Henderson in that team?
You know what? Go on, Dale.
Was he? Yeah, I was going to say, was he just before that Newcastle game? I'm sure I read some. There was whispers he could be dropped for that game. After that game, now is now the time for him to say, look, you might need to sit out now for a few games. Let his Olsen.
What was it? Not the original Newcastle game where he dropped Pickford but assured that he'd be back the next game anyway? It was, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yes, because he's a Sunderland fan and he's seen a sports psychologist at the moment because he's trying to not be as excitable as he is. And the rumour is that he was dropped for the original Newcastle game because there was even more emotion involved in it because he just hates Newcastle that much. Well, if you hate Newcastle, you didn't do a good job of fucking showing it the other day, mate.
No, I mean, I think there's only so much you can take as an Evertonian when you know you've got, like, your goalkeeper's not instilling any confidence in your back four or back three or whatever formation is. If I was Yerry Mina or, like, Michael Keane, any of them really, I would not feel comfortable having him between the sticks. Whereas with Olsen, I know we've got him on loan, but make it a permanent deal and stick him in as #1 and teach Pickford that you can't drop the bollock consistently and expect to have a place in the next week's lineup. Like, it just doesn't work like that, especially in the Premier League. You know, if you make a mistake, you've got to learn that there's repercussions.
Yeah.
If we make a mistake in our jobs, you know, how long is it till we lose those jobs? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just think he needs to learn.
Even if you don't get Olsen permanently, like, there's going to be a plethora of keepers going about in the summer.
Yeah.
Romero, Darlow, one of Darlow or Dubravka. One of them two will be going because there's no way that one of those two will be happy sitting on the bench.
Yeah. Well, what's happening with that AC Milan keeper? That
Donnarumma, yeah, he's still not signed a contract yet.
No, like, why would he not be somebody that we're looking at? I mean, we've got an Italian manager there, world-class manager who's dragged in the likes of James Rodriguez. Allen, for example, like, he's a class midfielder. Like, if he's bringing in these big names, then why is he not looking at him? Like, that lad, from what I've seen, which is very little, admittedly, but I've seen about 5 or 6 games of his, and he looks decent for his age. So he's only going to get better because goalkeepers peak late, don't they? So
yeah. You have to do something about this. Not Henderson, Pickford thing. I forgot his name then. I was like, who am I talking about?
Jordan.
You know. sometimes, like, I have moments like that, and I just think, oh, all the kitboxing's catching up here. It's happening. this is the moment. It's kicking in.
Concussion substitution, please.
Pickford. The thing about Pickford is, as well, when it happens with Kepa, it's funny because Kepa's Spanish, and it doesn't affect anyone else but Chelsea fans and Spain fans. Pickford's English, and it's not funny now because it's starting to fucking affect the rest of us. Like, because Gareth Southgate is 100% going to stick with him, and he's going to be like, well, you know, if we drop him, I'm going to destroy his confidence.
And that's what scares me.
What confidence? He's not doing anything.
It shouldn't be about, I don't want to destroy his confidence. Like, I'm more asked about us winning a fucking tournament.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm sure he'll be all right with all the money he's getting paid. Like, as us as fans, I want to see us lift a trophy as a national team. Like, not protect Jordan Pickford's confidence. I'd rather see Carl Darlow in the England goal than Jordan Pickford. If anything, he's pushed him out of the things. It's got to be Pope, Henderson, and Darlow, the best 3 English goalkeepers at the moment.
Yeah. Do you not think anybody
I'd put Darlow
like
over Henderson? Sorry, I would, because Henderson's not playing at the moment.
Right, yeah.
Hendo's not playing at the moment.
Do you not think, like, people were thinking the same thing about Joe Hart when he got ousted out as England keeper? Like, he was going through a bad spell. What happened? He got dropped at England. Did he ever make it back? No, because he didn't bring his performance back up to scratch.
Yeah.
So, do the same to Pickford. His performances aren't there. Drop him. Bring in somebody who's playing well consistently. Bring confidence to the back line. And then if Pickford starts playing the blinder for Everton all the time, consistently, and has 12 months of playing world-class football, then he's in contention again, isn't he? He's in the mix. But as long as he's making mistakes, then there's no way that he's my England number one. Absolutely no chance. He's not my Everton number one either, more importantly.
Well, someone said the other day, if Olsen had started against Newcastle, you'd have won that game.
If Olsen had played against Leicester, we'd have won 1-0.
Leicester, yeah.
If Olsen had played against Newcastle, I doubt it would have been 2-0.